Hello and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a general collective weekend message. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out at any point in time. The message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, leave behind the rest. I want to talk about what came through in meditation this morning, and with the moon also in Sagittarius forming a trine to Mercury and a square to Saturn, I feel the energy is creating sudden upheaval. I was sitting in the energy of the Tower card with the Lovers and the Tower card with the Strength card. And so I feel this is a big collective warning. It's like a warning sign coming through that a big decision is looming. And I think it was a few days ago when Mercury stationed direct on Thursday, one of the daily messages was incoming confession. And that's interesting because I woke this morning to confession and apology in my inbox. So do be prepared for incoming unexpected communication. And that could also mean like the Tower with the Lovers card. And so this could be an unexpected reconnection with a past soulmate, which was kind of what I woke up to this morning. And so it wasn't like a serious upheaval, but it was a Tower moment for sure, unexpected moment. And so I feel there's like this big warning that a big decision is looming. So before I go any further, guys, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, share the videos. It helps circulate the content. It helps the channel to grow, and it lets me know you like what I put out there, and it makes me want to put out more content. So I feel just get ready, guys, because there is some serious upheaval that is looming within the collective when it comes to bringing in these new balanced relationship cycles. And so if you're going through a realignment right now in your love life, just trust that sometimes something has to completely kind of break down, and we have to completely break down the old cycles. And this might mean making a difficult decision, one that must be made for the betterment. And sometimes we do have to make decisions that break our heart but heal our soul. So just be mindful. The Tower comes through, I feel, and it's like this necessary evil. The Tower is a necessary evil. And so the Tower comes in to make way for the new. And so I do feel we are in a portal of a new beginning for the collective, especially when it comes to love and romance, for those that have been doing the work, that have been tending to their own garden, building their own foundations. And I do feel those that have been avoiding and deflecting and repressing, get ready to be rocked. I feel like a foundation is going to be rocked to the core, because the old way of doing relationships are no longer going to suffice in these new earth energies, these new higher timelines. And so there's a potent force I feel playing out in the collective this weekend. I woke up really early this morning. It was like shortly after 6, and I was like, oh my God, is that a thunderstorm? Like, of all days to have a thunderstorm at 6 a.m. when I didn't get home till 1 a.m. last night for going out for my birthday. Went and seen Godsmack last night. Excellent concert, really good time, had a great time with the spiritual empath. And so I feel like this morning I just woke up and I felt like I had a hangover. I don't drink, but just the whole energy of being in a coliseum filled with all of these people rocking out to Godsmack. It's like an energy hangover. But anyway, so there's this potent force I feel collectively, though. So right now I think we're needing to find our resilience. I know I'm pretty tired this morning, but this sudden unexpected communication might bring about some change, and it could be good change, it can be bad change. It's all going to be dependent on where you are at in your own personal transformation journey. But the energy was definitely feeling overwhelmed in this thunderstorm. It felt like a massive purge, like the rain was coming down so hard, so hard. It was like the earth was kind of just crying is what it felt like. And so we need to remember we always have the tools that we need to start over, but we just have to overcome that fear. So tomorrow, on Sunday, the moon is still going to be in Sag. There's going to be a couple aspects playing out, and then it's going to go into Capricorn, grounded Capricorn, which is like a reality check, right? So Sagittarius is all about expansion, transcendence. The moon is going to be square Mars in Pisces tomorrow. It's going to be trine Venus, though, and then it's going to be squaring it up with Neptune. And so all of these energies brought through a very hefty 2 of Wands, which is the pivot point, the decision point, the crossroads. And so these 2 of Wands energies came through, and it was merging with the Hermit, the 5 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. And so this is a deep dive. the Hermit, Virgo energy, a deep dive into where you resist opening up to achieving ultimate happiness, ultimate abundance. The 10 of Cups is ultimate fulfillment, right? You get to the 9, it's wish fulfillment. You get to the 10, you've had ultimate fulfillment. And so it's the promise of a beautiful life, a beautiful family life, contentment, joy, abundance in all forms, emotionally abundant, financially abundant. And then we got this 5 of Wands at play, which is kind of like the internal battle of all of our inner demons. Because in order to have the 10 of Cups, everything kind of has to be out there in the open, out there on the table, because we all have demons. We all have secrets. And so it is a deep dive within self before making a decision. And so the 2 of Wands is the crossroads, right? It's where we need to make a choice. The Ace is the energy, the potential to grab onto something, to grab hold. The 2 is the crossroad. It's the choice. And it's always a choice, usually between 2 paths. We always are presented 2 paths every day, right? I can wake up and choose to be miserable, or I can wake up and I can choose happiness. And it is a choice. It's a conscious choice. And so right now we are consciously choosing. We can choose to repeat cycles of destruction and chaos and opposition and conflict, because what we're going through internally is going to be reflected in all of our external relationships. Or we can choose the 10 of Cups. It's out there for the taking, but it is a conscious choice. And so I feel the moon going into Capricorn later in the day on Sunday is bringing in a reality check. We're going to have the moon trine the sun in Taurus at 9 degrees 16. That's a reality check. That's a tower. And so there is an opportunity for a new beginning. There is a need for solitude. There is a need for introspection. There's a need to retreat and really trust in your inner solace, your inner guidance, because you and only you have to live your life. You're not living your life for anybody else but you. Well, maybe I kind of live my life for my kids. But there's a tension building when it comes to uncertainty, and this overwhelming deliberation is what it felt like. And so whether you're needing to face obstacles and challenges, or you're connected to somebody that is needing to make a decision after deliberation, but there was this overwhelming urge to take action, and that's been coming through loud like a Knight of Wands energy, a need to take action, a need to take action right now. And so it's also a time for a calculated risk, because we can't just be flying off the handle and taking risks without calculating and exploring the avenues being presented. And so there is a new opportunity for happiness is what it feels like. And I think we've all kind of been feeling the new coming in. But there's also on the flip side, I feel a volatile, transformative time ahead. And we're needing to really trust and surrender. So we are going to have one last conjunction between Mercury and Chiron now that Mercury is stationed direct. And so we need to remember, in times of great upheaval, in times of great change, internally or externally, we're never alone. We're always connected to a higher source. And so I think right now, what is really needed with the Hermit energy is spiritual seeking. I think that's a big message, spiritual seeking. So, my little magician kind of toppled over, Amethyst. So third eye energy, crown chakra energy, and I feel throat chakra. But we're going to jump in with some cards, guys. We are going to jump in with the heart's hidden secrets. So please feel free, before jumping in with the cards, to go check out the membership side of the channel, where I go live every Thursday at noon. And it's just a fun place for us to connect. I also post some bonus content over there every month. A bonus birthday reading for the Zodiacs. I know I usually do 2 rounds of Zodiacs. I haven't had a chance to do that for April. I'm going to start working on the May Zodiacs coming up starting tomorrow and into next week. So keep an eye out for that. But go check out the membership. It's just a fun place for us all to connect together. So let's see what needs to come through here. Second chance and foundation. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm back. 919 on the timer, by the way. Second chance. That's interesting. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and a new opportunity. And so it is risky to reach out and apologize, right? And so, yeah, there was an opportunity, I feel, for a second chance this morning that came through for me. And so if you're on the same timeline as me, there might be an opportunity to reestablish a foundation here that could lead to a happy family and a lot of emotional and financial security. But it does take a risk. And so it's not easy to go and say to somebody, hey, I owe you an apology. The way I treated you wasn't really really kind. And so we all have the opportunity to make amends, right? And maybe that other person won't receive that apology very well. But I'm always a firm believer in second chances. I'm like, second chances are to be given, I feel, because we all can make mistakes. We all can mess up. We all can be the bad guy in somebody's story. But there could be a possibility for a second chance to build a foundation, to get back on track, is kind of what it feels like. So let's get into it and let's see what these secrets are. What is the secret, the heart's hidden secret coming through with the collective today? Also keep in mind, these are not sign specific readings, but I will call out any signs that I feel are prominent in the reading and in the collective. Please feel free to check out the new webpage if you'd like to book in a reading with me. I'd love to get that booked in for you too. So let's see what we got for the collective today. What is hidden on the heart? What needs to come through? That was a very interesting cut. Okay, we get abandoned. We get broken. That is how that energy felt this morning for sure. And we get intuition. So I feel there is a telepathic connection coming through here, a deep inner knowing. Somebody here is definitely heartbroken. I feel shattered, heartbroken, feeling destroyed, left out because maybe somebody walked away and left them out in the cold. Maybe somebody got tired of waiting. There is some type of telepathic or deep inner knowing of maybe your connection to somebody that is struggling, that is shattered, that is broken. Bottom of the deck, we get stress, which is the energy of turbulence, tension, arguments, and we get conflict. So there is a need to find some type of resolution. That is the Tower energy, a recognition of maybe clashing of differences. Maybe there is a foundation here that is incompatible, and maybe you're dealing with somebody in another foundation. But there are some type of karmic influences here or attachments going on. We got third party card, and so there could be peers. Third party could be peers, it could be coworkers, it could be family, it could be a mother, it could be a sister, it could be another lover. The Lover's card could indicate a choice between two lovers. But I think get ready for an argument. I do feel somebody here can't hide anymore under the busyness of life, and they're going to have to face a conflict. And so there might be a foundation where there's a lot of incompatibility, and there might be third-party influences here that have created a lot of negative attachments. And there is like an aha moment or a realization, because I do think somebody is also fantasizing and imagining and daydreaming about maybe somebody that walked away from them, that maybe left their heart shattered and broken. There's a couple energies coming through here, but bottom line is there was a rejection, or there was going to be a rejection, and somebody has overwhelming irrational fear, maybe about being rejected after leaving a third-party situation behind. So that's very interesting. Let's jump in with the spiritual journey deck and see what else. So spend time alone. There is a psychic intuitive connection here coming through. And so continue developing that heart song, that telepathic connection. There is somebody here, I feel, kind of bottoming out, going through some type of an awakening. And if you are the one that holds psychic abilities, I think you have an awareness or an understanding of this, of somebody going through an epiphany or an awakening. It's like a light bulb moment. The light come on. I feel Virgo energy for sure. Strong Virgo with the stress. So somebody here is like a perfectionist coming through too. Spend time in nature. It's the energy of just being grounded. Get out there and ground with the earth, because I feel there's also like a higher spiritual conducive energy coming through when it comes to two like-minded souls. And there is like a rejuvenative process between, I feel, a twin soul connection here, because the divine feminine just came through. So I think there's a masculine that is ready to embrace a lesson here. So we get divine feminine. Oh my gosh, we get divine feminine and divine masculine come through. So I did not see that there. The divine feminine was the only one flipped upright. So we do have a twin soul connection. I felt it. I called it. And so I feel there is almost like a divine masculine energy here, going to all kinds of higher spiritual places within the conscious body. And I do feel recognizing differences and incompatibility, maybe within a karmic turbulent situation where there's been third-party attachments. And I do feel going through a cutting of some cords, I do feel there is a divine feminine here that has a deep inner knowing of her counterpart going through an awakening, or maybe needing to abandon somebody, or maybe they just got walked away from. But there is a very heartbroken energy here because it's time to receive the lesson. So show somebody some empathy here. There is a divine masculine, I feel really needing compassion and understanding. There could be an apology to heal a misunderstanding, but there is definitely a release of an unwanted attachment here, whether that's a person, a place, a thing, in order for some type of renewal. So there's a masculine here, I feel, really facing their deepest, darkest hurts. And I also feel a divine feminine that has illuminated living consciously. And so if you do not make a decision for you, that's when the universe makes all kinds of decisions for you, and life kind of just happens to you. When we live consciously, life happens for us. And so I feel there's just a need to take a step back, to really take a step back and be present in the moment, because somebody here is having an awakening, a realization. Definitely. And I do feel, look at that. Look at that. So I was pulling deeper. We get the realization card. We get the fantasy. And then we get the rejection. And I feel rejection is what holds a masculine back from coming forward, is irrational fear of being dismissed. But there is a lot of twin flame, twin soul mirroring in this reading coming through. So I think there's a shared feeling, shared reflection. And I do feel there's a masculine here that has eluded being honest. Maybe in the past there was some dishonesty here, deception or trickery or some type of karmic webbing. And maybe a feminine had to draw a line in the sand saying no. And the feminine really is here to master those boundaries. So there is a new beginning here. And there's a masculine bluffing about how he really feels. So let's get into it. Let's get into it with some tarot and see what else needs to come through. Yeah, there is somebody stressing about an apology. So get ready for an unexpected, open-hearted message. Somebody's coming in with an apology, and they are riddled with unfounded fear. There is irrational fear here about an apology, about a love offer, about bringing in some type of heartfelt communication. And maybe somebody's peers kind of brought them off track. But I feel there's a recognition of maybe an incompatibility of a whole social group. Okay, we're going to take them, they said. We got 3 that dropped out. So we get the 10 of Swords in reversed, the 3 of Cups in reversed, and we get the 7 of Wands. And so there is a release of third party for sure. So I feel somebody within this connection is standing up for themselves. They're finding their confidence to go after what it is that they believe in. They're going in a new direction. They're starting over. They're all done pretending and deluding. And so third party interference is out the door. There is a finality here. There is a final ending, an ending that's going to bring relief, probably going to bring sadness. All endings hurt, right? Especially when we have to get a weight off of our shoulder that has been a burden, maybe for like the last 3 years. I don't know. I'm saying 3 years with the Cups, 3 months even. And so somebody here is learning to stand up for themselves and face those challenges, and they're getting ready to put in the work. So we get the 8 of Pentacles. We get the 7 of Cups. And we get the 3 of Coins. And so there's anger here, I feel, too, because somebody was stuck in an illusion for a long time. And so there's like an underlying 4 of Cups energy. That's so interesting. I actually said that to a Divine Feminine before jumping on to the recording. I was chatting with a Divine Feminine overseas. I said, man, I'm sitting in this awful 4 of Cups energy. And what is this? And I said, like, I could just sit here and wallow all day in this 4 of Cups energy. I'm like, no, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to do channeling for the collective. I can't sit here and wallow. And so that's interesting that a 4 of Cups kind of comes through. And so maybe the last 7 months has been a process of sifting through illusions and delusions and maybe trying to put in the work on something that's really not what you truly desire, while trying to find that clarity, because I'm not going to keep investing in something that really leaves me half-hearted here, is what it feels like, right? The 8 and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We kind of got a 5 of Pentacles. So there really is a deep sense of lack here. And I like that it's kind of being released. So we get the 8 of Cups in reverse. We get the 3 of Swords. And this is somebody going back to the past to heal something from the past where there's been a misunderstanding. There's a need to go back to the past and heal something where I feel there's been unhealed abandonment wounds. There's been a misunderstanding. I feel somebody's having an epiphany or a greater understanding of maybe the hurt that they've caused somebody as well, and wanting to go back because maybe they weren't there for somebody in their time of need because they were in the dark and they didn't see things clearly. So this is like a major wake-up call. This is a breaking free from an old cycle, an old mindset. This is breaking free from something toxic. And there's that Tower. So this is unavoidable change. It might have been avoided up until now, but this is a breaking free of an old belief system. And there is anger attached to, I feel, somebody feeling very foolish. Because we could have had a masculine here that didn't communicate or didn't know how to communicate properly, blocked communication. And this could have led to the severing of a soulmate connection here, a twin soul connection, a separation, and a recognition like, this was my wish fulfillment. Now I got to break free from an old pattern because the divine is like, hey, you didn't listen. We kind of handed you this person as a gift. And so now there's like a karmic reckoning is kind of what it feels like. And there's a recognition of what was lost. And so there's a masculine revisiting an old partnership, romanticizing about the past, wanting to go back to somebody from the past that I feel they've either blocked or there was a lot of stress. So there was unexpected movement in another direction or something. And there's anger. There's a need to take action. And I feel there was a lack of faith in the past. And so there is a breakdown, a significant life experience because somebody didn't make a choice. And now it's time to make a choice. So I feel it's time to move forward. It's time to go towards wishes being granted. So let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Let's clarify that. Because as a timing card, I just feel it might be in the next 7 months clarity is coming. Right now, I feel there's like an emotional block. There's an emotional breakdown. There's a cycle winding completion. Somebody here is going through some type of spiritual enlightenment. Could be a Cancer. Could be any of the fixed signs. And getting a wake-up call when it comes to an unwise choice. Maybe somebody thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side. And they lacked integrity. And they took a gamble. And they had questionable motives. And they took a leap. And they lost. And they lost. What did they lose? They lost a Queen of Pentacles. They lost a feminine that was generous, practical, grounded. And maybe they released this person all for materialistic reasons. And we do have a feminine here that I feel is ready for a new beginning. That pentacle is indicating she's got a golden opportunity. She's ready for something new. The energy around this Queen of Pentacles is fertile. And I feel somebody is saying, man, I should have picked her. Look at how beautiful that woman is. And so I do feel somebody needs to be careful how they proceed because this queen she's grounded. She's not going to let somebody take her for a fool. She's done the inner healing when it comes to abandonment issues, I feel, and self-worth issues. She's kind of firmly rooted and she's rooted in reality and she can make anything beautiful. She's on the crown. She knows her worth, right? And so we also have a feminine here that I feel has gone through a spiritual transformation and has gone through a renewal. So we have a feminine that has done the inner shadow work and healed her inner karmic feminine. And I feel learned independence. Maybe at one point in time she clung and she didn't know how to let this go. But there is a possibility for a renewal. And look at what we're back to. We're back to that Knight of Wands energy. And so it's time to act now and think later. There's a realignment. So time is of the essence. Like, you can walk this fine line all you want. The emotions are there and they're about to get you. They're about to get you moving. And so I feel tick tock, tick tock. It's time to get unstuck. It's time to get unstuck. So I feel there's a masculine getting a wake-up call when it comes to missing out on a magical opportunity with a very generous, practical, grounded, beautiful, divine feminine. And they got to be careful how they proceed because I do think they want to try again. And I think they've been bluffing and they've been running. And we got a ghoster here, somebody that disappeared on a divine feminine and left her in a state of loss, grief, and sorrow due to resistance. But there's a secret admirer energy coming through here. There's a deep past life connection here coming through. And there is a second chance. But it's going to require overcoming your fear and taking a leap, taking a risk, taking a calculated risk. and making amends. And that's kind of what I got for a message today, guys. So I really hope that helped. I hope that resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.